Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from the Superdome.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Saints. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, Tim? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Complete to Rashad Bateman. A 28-yard gain. First down, Ravens.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. Throwing is Jackson.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
On second down and 4, Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Following the interception, Winston. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2nd and 11.
Here's the first carry for Dwayne Washington. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Jameis to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25.
Complete to Dwayne Washington. A 4-yard gain.
They'll run. It's Washington. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running, because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. second down, Washington.
And this will wind up a Saints first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for first and 10. Throwing, Winston.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A handoff right side. It's Washington. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 3rd down, Winston. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Crochet on the return. A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turn.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. On 1st and goal, Washington. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. This time it's Camara. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Winston.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Saints have moved out in front.
On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it's a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Lots of look down the extra point.
Oh, this will frustrate a coach right here. The flag is out before they get off the extra point, and this is going to be a delay of game. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson.
That's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Dobbins running out of the gun.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Second and 8.
Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. So now the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick six against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick six of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick six, the other comes back and matches it. These are two defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. Winston to throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From just shy of midfield, Jackson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you touchdown. Mark Andrews in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go into the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson, complete at the 1. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. They've got his man complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. Given 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half. He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On third down, here's Dobbins.
And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First down,
Play action. It's Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops that can keep them out of that area.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
Powering forward. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Like, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
They go play action with Jackson.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
it's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Winston now.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Winston. And he'll find Washington. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Winston. That's out to Hill, right side complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Shifts past him at the 45.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
On first, here's Washington. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Right back to Washington. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
To throw is Winston. Hard throw, incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down.
but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This should put him a touchdown and a two-point conversion up. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll push the lead up to 8.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a two-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. To throw is Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 39-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop.
Now Jackson.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Jackson.
Being chased out left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Jackson.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Jackson to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Throwing, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First and goal. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll start the drive with Washington.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now on first down, it's Washington again. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Winston here to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Ravens force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. But that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Paulson to Debo. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Washington gets it going right. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. So this this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a